I've worked with so many seniors over the years who have neglected their flexibility and overall movement, and because of this, as we speak today, they walk around with pain, immobility, and a decreased quality of life. I do not want that to be the same case for you, which is why I'm going to show you some of my favorite flexibility and strength exercises combined to keep your body in the best shape possible. I will start with an advanced version, but also show you a beginner version, allowing individuals of all abilities to benefit from this routine. Now, my first staple exercise in any flexibility and strength program is a full ATG split squat. Basically, in this position, you are going to start in a splits position, go down nice and slowly to where your knee is over your front toe. You can hold onto something to make this help more and also keep your back leg off the ground. In addition to this, I like adding a little bit of twist into it as well to get a little bit of rotation through the side of your core. Now, since that movement is a little challenging for most people, elevating your front foot will make this accessible to nearly anyone. Still add in a little bit of twist on both directions, but the most important thing is to try to get as much compression and pressure through the front of your knee while keeping that back leg as straight as possible. Make sure to complete on both legs. Next, we'll move to one of my favorite lower back openers, being a full Cobra pose. This involves you coming up onto your hands with your toes up in the back, and then I like looking straight up in the air to extend my entire body. You can shift around in this position as well to explore different positions. And if that's uncomfortable for you, start with your toes on the ground and then simply just come up as high as you can while keeping the back of your feet on the ground. Sometimes even just looking up a little bit from this bottom position will be enough of a stretch through your lower back and neck. From there, you'll do a modified back bridge where you place your palms on the ground like so, feet right in front of you like so, and then squeeze your butt as you bring your hips all the way up to the sky, trying to create a straight line with your torso and leg. You can move your neck around in this position as well and kind of explore different positions with your shoulders. Now, I understand that one's really demanding on your shoulders, your back, and even your fingers, wrists, and hands. So you can also grab a chair and then do kind of a similar regressed version where you're looking up just as well. Now, that may seem difficult, but I promise you, I worked with an 80-year-old individual who was blind, had mobility to where his shoulders were completely rounded forward. He used a walker to get everywhere. He had heart disease and got out of breath really easily, and he was still athletic enough to get in this modified position with a chair. And in our day and age, a lot of people are so used to bending forward, going up and down like so, that anytime they move to the side, they usually tweak their back, especially during high intensity activities or when lifting something heavy. Because of this, one of my favorite mobility and flexibility exercises is simply bending to the ground with a side bend, touching to the side, and then reversing this movement to the other direction. Obviously, if you can keep your legs completely straight and bend just through the side, not bending forward or backward, that's gonna give you the best stretch. But as you can see, I need to bend the leg that I'm going towards just a tiny bit to get down. Make sure you're not pitching forward while touching the ground and just bending through the side of your core using your obliques. You can also just hang tight down here for a nice stretch, bringing the other hand up overhead. Now, that drill is really demanding, so don't feel bad if you need to start in the seated variation. I actually do this one with seniors when I teach exercise classes, and a lot of them have built the mobility over time where they can go from touching their hand on the ground to touching their knuckle to then touching their palm.